Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Laura Rubenstein, President and co-founder of Social Buzz Club, and today we have a very special preview for you today with Penny Sansevieri. Hi, Penny.
Hey, Laura, thanks so much for inviting me to do this.
Yeah, we're really excited to have you talk about Amazon and getting your books sold by the truckload. And I know you're an expert, and why don't you give us a little flavor for what's coming up in your webinar? And by the way, for those of you who don't know when this webinar live, you can attend it for free on November 13th. And if you've missed that date, then you can always go to socialbuzzu.com and buy it, or you can join Social Buzz Club for at the paid level and get hundreds of our experts, including Penny. And Penny, one of the reasons I invited you is because you have such expert knowledge, and getting books sold on Amazon is key to expert positioning status and revenue, and I just think it's such a hot topic. So tell us all about what you're going to talk about.
Well, thank you, and I am really excited to do this session with Social Buzz Club because you guys are doing such great things. So, SEO Moz wrote an article about Amazon and selling on Amazon, and they said, as an author, you don't really care about ranking on Google. You want to rank on Amazon, and I think this is absolutely true because Amazon is its own search engine. So, what the session is going to talk about is Amazon, the search engine, how do you break that down and how do you rank? So we're going to look at things like finding keywords, which surprisingly is very different from finding them on Google. So many of your members are, pretty social media savvy, or at least getting there with the help of your sessions, and are doing keyword searches on Google and things like that, and maybe doing Google AdWords. Amazon's very different, so we're going to look at that. We're also going to talk about categories, something new that Amazon is rolling out, themes, as well as, as well as, how to create a book description that Amazon really likes that helps to kind of feed that search engine model. And Amazon pre-orders, which is very new, as well as Kindle Unlimited, because it all kind of, it all falls under the Amazon umbrella, and it all helps to kind of feed into that algorithm. So
give us a little hint. What is Kindle Unlimited? What does that mean?
Well, Kindle Unlimited is Amazon's subscriber service. So basically, for $9.99 a month, you can get access to. At first, it was actually unlimited, where you could download 50 books a month or something. Now you're only allowed to have 10 checked out at a time. So you're not allowed to go on there and just sort of, get a whole bunch of books and throw them on your Kindle device or whatever. And this is books and audio. So this is for books and any of the Audible stuff. You can have up to 10, and what I'm finding is that a lot of people who have, big reader appetites are going on there and just, going to town with some of these titles. If you are a KDP Select member, so if your book is in KDP Select, you're automatically in Kindle Unlimited. So I want to talk about, is that a good idea? Should every one of your books be in Kindle Select? That kind of thing. But it's a pretty innovative, because a lot of publishers have wanted to do a subscriber service, and Amazon, being the 10,000-pound gorilla that they are, they've launched it, and it's doing really well.
That's awesome. Before we go further, I want to have you introduce us to your little furry guest here.
Oh,
because we all see you petting them.
This is Cosmo. He's my mascot. I think you can only see sort of the back of his head, but he sometimes just sort of sits on my desk while I work. And then when I'm done working, he'll sit on my keyboard, and so I know that I'm done. He's a great little reminder of, time to get up from your desk. And I am having a hard time hearing you now.
Another power tool in the toolbox.
Yay!
Yeah. Yay. Hey, Cosmo. So great. So any other piece of nuggets you want to leave with our listeners today that will let them know that it's going to be super valuable, and where should they start or going?
Well, I think the first thing that for anybody attending, I'd like you to start thinking about what your keywords are. How are people searching your book? But this is very different from what you might think. So, spend a little bit of time on Amazon and start to look up your keywords as far as, like if you've written a book on smoothies, let's say, right? You might have, your keywords might be, healthy, healthy living, healthy smoothie recipes or something like that. So start to think about what those are, because if you come a little bit prepared to the session, just knowing what they are, I think you'll get a lot more out of it. Since we are on video, there may be some opportunity to, and I'll certainly show how the keywords are searched specifically. So that's the first piece of it. The next is, what are your categories? Because that's another really important thing that we're going to talk about, is come ready knowing what your categories are. And if you don't have access, or you have not yet accessed your Amazon Author Central page, try and get in there and start to sort of poke around, because we're going to talk about Amazon Author Central too, which also ties into the algorithm stuff. So it's going to be a pretty packed, pretty packed session.
Awesome. Thank you. It sounds so rich, and being able to prepare for it like that will help us to get the most out of it, and I can't wait to write down my keywords. And will you cover something like, okay, if you've had a book out there, what can you do to revitalize it and all that kind of?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I actually just wrote an article for Denise Wakeman's blog about how to revive a stale book. So
Awesome.
if you have a book that's been out for a while and you think, is this even going to benefit me? So one of the things that I tell authors is, whether your book is, was born today, or if it was born 5 years ago or 10 years ago, you can still utilize these tools, because Amazon doesn't discriminate with the age of the book. The other
Woohoo!
thing is, this is not just for self-published authors. So this isn't just for an author that has access to their Amazon dashboard. So if you have a traditional publisher, a lot of authors that we work with who have traditional publishers, they're literally just take the keywords that we give them and hand them off to their publisher and say, here, make these changes. And, most publishers want their authors to succeed, so they're helpful with that. So old book, new book. We're also going to talk a little bit about the book bundle, which I got to tell you, 2015, I think for Amazon, is going to be the year of the book bundle. And
Ooh.
fiction authors have typically really run this. I mean, they were the first to discover it, but it's a pretty big deal, I think, for just about everybody. Book bundles are doing extremely well, so we're going to talk about that too, and how to easily do it.
I don't know if this relates to book bundles, but I just bought a book by John Gray, and it was on ADHD, and it said book one, and it was like $2.99.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got to the end of it, it's like, if you want book two, you got to pay another, Is that a book
Yeah.
bundle?
That is not really a book bundle. I mean, that's a way for John to sort of take people through the funnel of his, his product, and I think that's really smart. But a book bundle is actually like when you go onto Amazon and you see two books that are, put together, and typically the book will have a 3D look to it, so you'll be able to see the spine.
Mm-hmm.
Those are book bundles, and you can have anywhere from 2 books to 20 books. So.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's becoming a really, really big deal with Amazon. People are really looking, and I think it's also, people feel like they're getting more for
Mm-hmm.
their money, and it doesn't have to be just you. So, for example, you and I could say, we each have 3 books. Let's bundle these 3 together and put them in a book bundle up on Amazon. So,
I love that. Oh, I
yeah,
cannot wait. You guys have
yeah.
to. If you haven't signed up, socialbuzzu.com right now. Sign up. Make sure you get it. You'll also get invitations to our other experts. And if you want the replays to all of our experts, including Penny's talk, maybe you can't make it live, that is a paid-for service, but it does come free with a premium or basic membership at socialbuzzclub.com. So, Penny, we can't wait for you, and thank you for your generosity to give this to our members, and look forward to thriving on Amazon.
I'm excited. I love, 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 love teaching this webinar, and I've actually seen people that will walk out of these sessions, tinker with their book, and the next day they email me and they go, "Oh my gosh, my book is doing so much better." So it is something that can be pretty instant.
Awesome. Well, you heard it here. Can't
Uh,
wait for you. And we'll see you on the Social Buzz U
Thank you.
webinar brought to you by Social Buzz Club. So we'll see you there.
Thanks,
Bye.
Laura.
Thank
Bye.
you.